From the progress. We're here to do a presentation right quick, so I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Henry.
We're backtracking a little bit to the Chamber recognizes Educators of the Month for each school in the community, and we are so excited to have this program with the Chamber. We're just so appreciate everything that all of you do for the children in Washington County. And I know and you know the education you provide them provides us with workers and citizens in the future. So we need you to keep Washington County going. We appreciate everything that you do. But we are backtracking a little to recognize the September Educator of the Month. That's when the high school gets to select their Educator of the Month. And I don't, is this a secret or?
No.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
I wasn't sure, but it's, and this person has actually already been recognized, Mr. Antonio Young. Did I see you?
That's it.
And I know I heard all kinds of information from you about you at the Teacher of the Year program earlier. So it sounds like that you just provide a wonderful atmosphere and education for your children, and we do appreciate it. So we have some gifts for you, some gift certificates, some other little goodies, and a plaque. Okay. So congratulations.
Take off all my Robocop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I tell you what, every time Elizabeth comes with that camera, you know, they take those pictures, it sounds like a machine gun. You know, and I quickly take pictures. It always reminds me of back in the day when I was a little boy and they took pictures, had the little Kodak camera with the little cube up there. You take one picture at a time, it always blinds you when the thing flashes. Every time I see her click, it reminds me of how far technology has come. But we appreciate y'all coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, just a few, I just sent this email out. It came from Ms. Tatum. It's the New Georgia Experience online for the Georgia Milestone. It's actually, I've already listened to the tutorial, but you have to access it through Chrome. Here's the website. I sent it out just a minute ago. But it's a milestone practice website. It's got every subject area in there, and it's pretty decent. So to give us, as the milestone is getting closer, you can pull out some time to have your students practice it. But it's set up just like the milestone would be set up in your content area. Okay, so I just sent that out. Again, make sure you're in Chrome when you use the browser. And I've already listened to the tutorial. It looks like it's pretty good. Okay. We had our technology walkthroughs that Ms. Tatum did. For the high school, it was our technology walkthrough. She did it on the 26th. And all right, don't worry about it. I've got the other one saved, so we'll look at it another time. But, you know, we're starting to, because they come every so often, we don't know when they're coming. So in the media center, Ms. Brantley is tracking our technology walkthrough so that we can see how often we're using technology. Because believe it or not, in the high school, we're the technology being purchased or granted in or whatever, they're tracking how much we use technology. So let's just keep using that technology. And while I'm saying that, look, please, on those iPads, please look at your iPad norms, because we're already missing one. And we're still waiting, because what's purchased with grant money, we have to replace. And we're already missing one. So I know y'all ain't trying to be replacing no iPads. So we came up with some norms. Don't just let the students, make sure that when you leave the media center, you count those iPads and make sure that it is a full cart. Because once you've taken it out of there, then and you haven't counted it, then you're taking a chance that it wasn't a full cart. And so you make sure you count it, make sure it's a full cart. At the end of every class, you make sure that you look at those students putting those iPads back into those carts. Because I've been in other classes and the teachers stand at the door and telling the kids, well, y'all just go ahead and get your iPads out. And I just kind of cringe. I don't really say anything, but the teachers at the door and kids are all in the iPad cart. And that's just not good. Because those things can go in y'all know those things can go in a book bag and be gone. Now they have a tracker on them, but like anything else, it's like it can be turned on, it can be turned off. So the tracker is not really 100, it's what's that tracker? It's
the location enabled, but what happened with the first iPad that went missing, we have a system called Tab Pilot. Some of you may have heard me mention Tab Pilot, that we use to control the iPads, so we can turn off the cameras or turn them on or whatnot. Well, this system was brand new when we got the iPads, and just in the process of learning it, and I shouldn't even really say me because I don't really go in depth with it like Ms. Tatum and Beth Doyle do. They just did not realize that they had to manually go in and enable the location devices the location switch to be on each device. And in the meantime, this iPad went missing, and then we learned that they had to manually do that through Tab Pilot. So that's what happened with that particular iPad. Now, if another one were to go missing, the location is enabled now. So hopefully we won't have to run into that, but if we did, just, know that in the back of your head, they are working now.
But please make sure that you count them, and they need to be put back when you turn them into the media center. You need to make sure that all the connections, that all of them are connected. And you can have the students do that. You just need to have eyes on it. So they need to be plugged back up, and they need to be counted when it goes back into the media center. All right? And because you signed for them, you sign them out, so that card will be under your name. I know it's sometimes we'll think, well, it's just easier not to check them out. But you can't do that either, because, like I said, we have the most technology in the county, and they are tracking the technology usage. So just keep a great attitude like we've been having. Just go ahead and check them out, but just make sure you account for them. That way, none of them will come up.
And I want to say too that I don't think Mr. Rash is in here, but he mentioned to me a couple weeks ago, and I thought this was a great idea. I think for most people, it's just a matter of just getting the routine down, and then it starts moving a little bit quicker with getting them out and getting them back into the cart. But Mr. Rash said that what he does is he makes the kids put their ID card in the slot where their iPad is. So they swap it out, and if that iPad is not back in there, they don't get, they have, that's where their ID, he knows who's got it, and he can track it, which I thought was a really good idea.
But hopefully you still need eyes on, because what would our masterminds do with that iPad?
Yeah.
Our masterminds would take that iPad, take that ID and switch it to another slot, and Alan Gray's getting blamed for an iPad that I know I put back in there, and that Johnny done took because he done switched my card. So it's gotta be a little more in depth. So if we keep eyes on them, putting them in and taking them out, because they are numbered, even if we track them by who has what number. The good thing is let's just track them so that we do have them accountable. We have had cards where the teachers didn't count them. And we had one last week where the teacher didn't count them when they were picked up from the media center, brought them back, one short. Well, it was one short when it left the media center because it was loaned, it was officially loaned out. But it wasn't, you know, one short, but it was loaned out, but you have to count and make sure that you know how many are in there. What you talking about? You're coaching.
Yeah. Ms. Gilbert has been working with Ms. Watson and I, and we have been, usually when we're in the classrooms with you guys, we're in there and we're looking at framework and like language of the standard and all that kind of stuff. We have not, because of it being new and being in different schools and so much with SACs and stuff, we haven't been able to work on the like instructional coaching part of it. So you're going to see Ms. Gilbert will probably be over here some. We'll come in your room. She may come in with us. It's not at all, you don't have this, you need this. It's not going to be anything like that. When they did their technology walkthroughs and stuff, one of the things that we were really weak on, and with the advanced ed walkthrough, and when SACS was here, was differentiation. So what we're doing is coming into the classrooms, and we're just going to be observing. And it's going to be literally where we sit in there a while and then we come back and talk to you guys and say, you know, what do you think? Like you literally can tell us, this is what I think I need help on, or I don't have enough materials for this, or, you know, just, it's basically just let us know what you need so that by the time Dr. Gray and Mr. Bates and them come in, they can see what they're looking for. So if it's even a situation where you have, like some teachers are like, look, I got this activity going on, I got all these kids, I need help, and you know, we just go in there and teach with them, you know, and so it's going to be a situation like that where you can talk one-on-one and you just let us know, this is what I need help with, or, you know, this is what I see, this could be a little bit different, or, you know, just working one-on-one with you. So if you see us in there doing that, or you see Miss Gilbert coming in, it is by no means to target, this is what you're not doing. It's just to help you guys, just because the way Teach and Leaks is now, that student growth is tied to your renewal, and we just want to make sure that we can help everybody or get you what you need before all that is starting, being tied to you. So if you see all of this, or you see, like if Miss Gilbert and I both came in a room together, don't think, oh my God, these women are in my room. It's not anything like that at all. So we just wanted you to know that, Ms. Gilbert now is done with SACS and she's in the building, so a lot more now too. So if you see her, that's what we're looking for, but it's not anything to get anybody with or anything.
Okay, thank you. And we know that milestones will be here before we know it. In fact, graduation is going to be here before we know it. And, again, we went to this whole literacy focus. And please make sure that vocabulary, Ratan, understand, those kids understand what those words mean. I was in a couple of classes last week, and we still got some that those multiple meaning words that have multiple meanings. If we don't make them understand that word as it applies to the milestone, then they're gonna go on the meaning of it based on their experience with that word. Okay? That's what they're going to do. And I'm going to tell you, when they read it, if they go based on their experience with that word, they ain't going to have a chance. So that's why it's so important to continue to Ratan that standard and language of the standard. And please don't change the word. Just get them to understand the definition of the word. And that's going to really help us tremendously on the milestones from a comprehensive standpoint. We're going to try something next Monday, and I want to do this so I can make sure it's going to work instead of starting it next year and then have to back up and punt. I'd rather do it now. But the drop off in the morning, where the students drop off in the morning down the hallway. Next, we're gonna take this whole week, and starting next Monday, we're gonna give it a trial run in the cafeteria. So it's gonna take us a week to get the word out. The students that park over there, they're gonna have to park back on the other side of the gym where everybody else is parking, because we're gonna close that, and we're going to ask the students to, I was out there today, and those cars are far and in between to where we don't have a bottleneck. They have time to get out, come in the building, you know, come into the cafeteria. So I want to look at that now, and if it's a wreck, then we can keep it like it is. If it's not, which I don't think it will be, next year we'll go full-fledged. Pickup, though, will continue out there. There's no way we can move pickup over here. So student pickup, even for next year, it'll continue out there at the end of the day. But drop off, they'll come up, we'll run 2 lanes. They can loop around and come back through here, which is what we prefer, or they can keep straight out, you know, towards the alternative school. Right now, everybody that's on the duty stations, we're just gonna move you into the cafeteria starting next week. So if you got halls or whatever, starting Monday, everybody just move to the cafeteria. And so we're gonna see how that works for the rest of this 9 weeks. We have any concerns or anything we need to talk about? Projections for next year, we'll get those out as soon as Dr. Hinton looks at the numbers. We'll get those projections out so we can start working on the master schedule, and what you'll be teaching for next year. All right. We had, tell us about your dance thing.
Yay, I'm excited I get to show off a little bit.
Dance trip.
So we had a really exhausting weekend, but a super exciting one. I took, for the first time, a group of students from Washington County High School to competition, and they competed in the senior, teen and senior categories. We took 3 dances, and 2 of those dances placed first in their category. Yay! And this is the cool one. They received a Judge's Choice Award. So out of hundreds of dances that they saw, they only gave out 4 of these. And it went to a number that I took 5 guys to partner with the girls on. And it was one of the judges' favorites. And they called it the Sass and Class Award, because the girls are sassy and the guys are classy. But I have to tell you, it just did my heart such good. These guys had never set foot on stage before. And they were scared. They were terrified. And I had to give them my best Joel Ingram locker room speech beforehand. But I'm telling you, they were terrified. But they got on there and they got on that stage and really shined. So if you see them, give them a pat on the back, all of the dancers. So,
You didn't have the videotape, did you?
I bought the videos, so.
Oh, they have a video?
Yeah, well, they have contracts with photographers and videographers, so you can't, I couldn't video it.
Right.
But I ordered the videos.
But is it
so.
something we can show on what's on window? Or is it?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, since I bought it,
We'd
so.
like to see that part.
Absolutely.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for taking that. That's another good experience for our students. All right, anything else that we need to all be made aware of? Yes, sir.
Angela Berry won state rhetorical essay writing.
Good.
We had 4
Which that is
overall in state.
Okay. When she came in first?
Very difficult. She came in first.
Wow.
I had no doubt she would.
Good. Thank y'all for doing that. That's wonderful. Let's make sure we put that, advertise that as well. Put that out as well. Yeah, we got to promote our own, we got to promote ourselves. And we got good things happening. We got to.
Flair sometime ago.
Last week, right?
Was it last week?
Yeah, it was last week. But it ain't more, it hadn't been more than 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So we had 31 inducted into Flair.
And Michael Kaiser was our Washington County Outstanding Student of the Year.
Wow.
He is outstanding.
That is good. Well, congratulations. You've been as y'all know, our senior that passed away, Mr. Mosley, they'll be having his service tomorrow morning at 11. Students, you know, if they attend, they will be excused. And we'll just treat it like we normally do under these circumstances. And if you're not, if you hadn't known, y'all remember Miss Gloria Wiley. She was our long time lady that worked in the lunchroom. You know, she passed away as well. She had cancer, and she worked all the way up, even when she was here. She was dealing with it. She worked all the way up until she couldn't work anymore, and then she passed away as well. We called looking for information. It has not been set yet, and as soon as I get that information, I will share that with you all for anyone that would like to pay their respects to the family as well. Mr. Mosley, tomorrow morning from 10 to 11 is when they'll do the wake or receive friends and family. Then they'll start the service at 11. So we're in Springfield Springfield Church on Church Street. That's Officer Hatcher's church. That's Calvin Officer Hatcher's church. So, I think that's it. Anything else for the good of the order, good of the school? Anybody, anything? Everybody's good? All right, let's just keep pushing. Like I said, we got prom coming up this weekend. Everybody, we always get fired up around prom time. And the prom committee is working, getting things set up. Make sure if you're on that prom committee, you're staying after school and helping them out, please. And then we'll do what we do on Fridays to get ready. And then Saturday we'll do the prom. We got the premiere. That we're going to set up in the gym that we started a few years ago. And then that'll be another block we have to check in finishing up the school year. All right. Anything else to say? Good. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you for your time.